good. Hi, my name is Aneta. I'm Thermomix Consultant in Abu Dhabi. Welcome to our Thermomix Middle East YouTube channel. Today I will show you how I made those beautiful summer recipes. When we think about summer, we think about something fresh, nutritious, light, which will keep us going through the whole day. The recipe, like the rest, it's on cookie dough. It's very easy to make. And when we think about skewers, we think about barbecue, which in the summer, especially in Europe, people get to take it out more often and spend more time in the garden. Unfortunately, in the UAE, it's too hot to sit in the garden. However, we will make it our skewers indoor. All right, let's get started. We've got our recipe already selected. We'll just press start cooking, and as usual, we'll just follow the instructions. We'll start with turmeric. We need to put 6 centimeter piece of fresh turmeric, then 1 stalk lemongrass, white part only, cut in through pieces. Now we need to insert our measuring cup. And for 10 seconds on speed 10, we'll just blend everything together. And our chopping is completed. Now we need to scrape down side of the mixing bowl with our spatula. Just need to scrape down the sides. Here we go. Next, 1 teaspoon of salt, 1 tablespoon of white sugar. Now, I do not personally put sugar in this recipe. I just find it very unnecessary, and this is the beautiful thing about Thermomix. You can skip whatever you do not like. For me, sugar in this recipe is completely unnecessary, but if you wish to put it, of course, you can do so. Half a teaspoon of black pepper, and half a teaspoon of Chinese 5 spice powder, a teaspoon of dried chili flakes. Also, I personally do not put chili flakes as my children do not like spicy, so as you like, you can add it or avoid it. 4 fresh kaffir lime leaves, 4 garlic cloves, 1 eschalot, and 1 teaspoon of sesame oil, 20 grams of oil, and tablespoon of fish sauce. And now we will insert our measuring cup and mix all the ingredients together for 10 seconds on speed 7. There we go. And I will put all the ingredients in the bowl where I will put chicken, and so we'll just marinate it all of this together. So I will use this bowl and place it on the mixing bowl to weight 800 grams of chicken thighs. You can also, if you prefer, you can use chicken breast. And now we will mix it all together. We'll cover with a cling film and put it in the fridge for 1 hour to marinate. While the chicken is marinating, we will move to our next delicious recipe, which we actually should drink it daily, the Turmeric Wellness shot. This recipe is full of health benefits. Thanks of the lemon and the pineapple, the recipe is full of vitamin C. The ginger and turmeric gives us immunity boosters, has lots of anti-inflammatory benefits, helps our digestive system, keeps our skin look healthy. It helps with our pains and aches when we've got a flu. So I would recommend drinking it daily, even during the summer, especially in UAE where the weather is very hot and we move from hot to cold environments all the time. So highly recommend, and let's start cooking. And again, we just follow the instructions. We need to put 1 lemon, flesh only, no white piece. So I prepared the lemon, removed all the seeds. 5 centimeter piece fresh turmeric, peeled, cut into slices. 2.5 centimeter fresh ginger, of course peeled. 200 grams of fresh pineapple, cut in pieces. 400 grams of filtered water. 1 to 2 pinches of cayenne pepper, and 1 to 2 pinches of freshly ground black pepper. And now we will insert our measuring cup and blend everything for 1 minute on speed 9. And there we go. our Turmeric Wellness shot is ready. Have to make it daily. Beautiful. So this recipe should last for 5 days, so you do not have to make it daily. So every day all you need to do is measure 90 grams in a glass. You can store it in your fridge and it will keep fresh. You can drink it first day in the morning. It will give you a nice booster and keep you going for the rest of the day. Cheers. Now, since we had our morning shot, we'll move on to breakfast. For breakfast, we'll be making a smoothie called Breakfast on the Go. This recipe is perfect for people who do not have time to sit down and eat their breakfast. For this recipe, we will need a nut butter and nut milk. This time we will make almond butter. So we will be making the nut butter, which, as you know, nuts are quite expensive, and by using the Thermomix, we can make it within a minute. And it's even better to use it yourself, as you just use a fresh ingredients without any colorings, and it's so easy, as you will see, and so fast. So we'll do the almond butter first. Start cooking. This recipe is for 6 portions, so we will going to half. Instead of 8 oz, we'll just put 4. And now we just need to insert measuring cup and blend it for 30 seconds on speed 10. It's going to be a little loud, but this is absolutely normal. Okay. We'll just need to scrape down the sides of the mixing bowl with our spatula, insert measuring cup, and we'll just repeat the same check the consistency, and if necessary you can do the process again. So now our butter is ready. However, just a little tip: if you do a smaller portion, you do not actually have to blend it for 30 seconds. We do need to blend it a few times, but it's enough to do it for 10-15 seconds and repeat instead of the 30, because when we have less almonds, the blade moves the almond all over the bowl and it gets stuck. So it's better to do it more but less time. And our butter is ready. It's so easy to make it. Now, after making almond butter, some of the butter got stuck to our bowl, so we'll just, to make our life easier, we will just do a quick pre-clean, so it's easier for us to wash the bowl. And all I did, I put 1 liter of water, couple of drops washing up liquid, and set the pre-clean to a quick function. It's gonna take just a couple of minutes. Okay, now we can just rinse the bowl and it will be ready. Okay, we've got our almond butter ready. Now we will move on to our nut milk. We'll be using cashew nuts, however you can use almonds. If you're allergic to nuts, as I mentioned before, you can make your oats milk. The cashew nuts need to be soaked. I did it before. If you're using almonds, they need to be soaked a little bit longer than the cashew nuts. Alright, let's start making the milk. So we need 70 grams of cashew nuts, unsalted, of course. There we go. 2 pita dates. 15 grams of coconut flakes, unsweetened. 1 teaspoon natural vanilla extract. This is optional. I'm not gonna add any. And now we put our measuring cup on top, and we'll blend everything for 30 seconds on speed 10. Now we will add 70 grams of ice cubes. Put our measuring cup back on and blend it for 30 seconds with a blending function. Okay, here we go. Scrape down. Right, we'll add water, 430 grams of water. Insert the measuring cup. And now we will blend it for 4 minutes. All right, our milk is ready and looking fantastic. Here we go. We've got beautiful nut milk. How easy it was. Okay, we'll put it on the side and we can now proceed with our breakfast smoothie. Now when we got our milk and butter ready, we can proceed to our recipe. Breakfast on the go. Start cooking. Now we need 30 grams of rolled oats, 1 teaspoon of flaxseed, and we need to insert the measuring cup. We blended everything on speed 10. Okay. Now we'll add 1 ripe banana, 250 grams of our nut milk, beautiful fresh milk, 2 teaspoons of cocoa powder, 1 teaspoon vanilla bean paste. Now we are using a fresh pot, so we just need a tiny bit of vanilla, and the rest of the pot you can use it and make it vanilla sugar. 10 grams of honey, 1 tablespoon of butter. Got our freshly made almond butter, 1 beautiful tablespoon. Next, 150 grams of ice cubes, and we'll insert everything and blend it for 40 seconds on speed 10. It's gonna be a little bit loud because of the ice cubes, but that's... And here we go. Our delicious smoothie is ready. Look at this. Looks absolutely amazing. Have a good day, everyone. So good. Absolutely delicious. Enjoy. It has been 1 hour since we marinated our chicken, so we'll just need to put them on the skewers and grill in the oven. Now, if you wish to marinate your chicken for longer, you're more than welcome to do it. It's perfectly fine, and you can even marinate it overnight. Now we just, as I mentioned, we just need to put them on the skewers. It's very important to soak the skewers. So while the chicken is being marinated, you can just put it in the water and soak them at the same time, especially when you use it barbecue, so the skewers will not catch fire. So now all we need to do is to stick them on the skewers, and you can, if you are doing them at home, indoors, in the oven, just preheat the oven to 200 degrees and the skewers are prepared, are ready. We'll put it in the oven. So we put just few pieces. You just need to leave some space in front and the back so it's easy to remove them later. And we put a tray with aluminum foil. You do not have to put the aluminum foil if you prefer not to, if you're particular about cooking. I do prefer, because then it's much easier to clean the tray. I just need to remove the aluminum foil and just give the tray a little wipe. All right, we've got 3.5. All right, our skewers are ready to be placed in the oven. We'll just need to roast them for 10 to 15 minutes on each side. As I mentioned, we need to keep the chicken 10-15 minutes on each side. So just to prevent from burning it, we can set the timer on our Thermomix. Okay, we'll put it 10 minutes and then we will flip it. Now it's time to move on to our summer lunch. We chose these recipes as they are full of colors, mixture of fruits and vegetables, which gives us lots of amazing nutritions, and it's light. You can use it as a side salad. You can have it as with a addition of some proteins as a main dish. So the salad will go amazingly well with the turmeric and lime chicken skewers, which are now roasting in the oven. While I was preparing the salad, now the timer went off and it's time for the chicken to be taken out from the oven. Oh, that's beautiful. Let's turn the oven off. And here it is, our beautiful chicken. All right, it's time to start with the salad. Weight 110 grams of mixed salad leaves. So I already got bowl with our mixed leaves. So we do not have to weight it. We just move on to the next step. We'll add 20 grams of dried cranberries. And we'll remove our bowl. Add sliced nectarines. The stone has been removed. Here we go. Next, and now we will make our dressing. So I will put the salad on the side and continue with the dressing. Add 50 grams of walnuts into our mixing bowl. Insert measuring cup, and for a second we'll just chop it. Here we go, we chopped our walnuts and we'll add to our bowl with salad. Transfer to the salad. And now we will continue with our balsamic dressing. Place 1 garlic clove, chop it for 5 seconds on speed 9. Scrape the sides first. 35 grams of extra virgin olive oil, 50 grams of balsamic vinegar. Now, I did not have a raspberry balsamic glaze, I'm just using balsamic glaze. So as you know, it's very important for you to know that you do not have to follow the recipes blindly. If you do not have something, you can use a substitute. Whatever it's in your kitchen, you can use it as a substitute. 20 grams. Now 1 pinch of salt, pinch of ground black pepper. Insert our measuring cup. We'll mix everything for 20 seconds on speed 5. Dressing is ready. Pour over our salad. Beautiful. Now we just need to mix our salad gently. Nice. And if you wish, you can just put all over, sprinkle with a Stilton cheese. Of course, if you are not a big fan of Stilton cheese, you can find a substitute, or you can just not even add any cheese at all. Okay, let's dig in. My favorite part. This is like heaven in your mouth. So good. The mixture of salad with the fruit and the walnuts, it just gives so much freshness. It's really, really yummy. I might also try some with the chicken. That's summer in the plate. The chicken is so tender, it's so good. This is a perfect combination for your layback summer. As I said, you can have the salad on its own, but with a bit of chicken, adding some proteins, it makes a delicious full meal. I highly recommend it. So now it's time for our Chimichurri Steak Pita Sandwich. Okay, we need 1 oz of fresh parsley leaves and tender stems, 10 fresh basil leaves, 10 sprigs of fresh oregano. Unfortunately, I could not find fresh oregano anywhere, so we'll add a little bit of dry oregano. As you know, there's no problem with substituting things if you do not have. 1 oz of shallots, quartered, 3 garlic cloves, 1 fresh Fresco chili. And if you don't have again Fresco chili, you can use any chili which is available in your area. Half a teaspoon of salt, 1/4 teaspoon ground black pepper. Now we insert our measuring cup and we'll mix everything for 3 seconds on speed 7. Now we'll scrape down sides and once again we'll chop everything for 3 seconds, speed 7. We'll scrape down sides again. And now we will add 3.5 oz of extra virgin olive oil, 3 to 4 teaspoons of red wine vinegar. We'll insert the measuring cup again and mix everything for 20 seconds, speed 4. Now we'll transfer to a bowl. Beautiful chimichurri sauce is ready. We'll set it aside. And now we'll prepare the steaks. We need only a little bit of olive oil, salt and pepper. The recipe asks for a flank steak which is quite thick. We are using a thinner version of a steak which will reduce the cooking time. And obviously you can get any type of steak which you like. So we'll just pour a little bit. 1 tablespoon of olive oil, coarse salt, freshly grounded black pepper, and now we'll rub it nicely everything into the steak, and we'll repeat that on the other side. Okay, the steaks are prepared. The recipe suggests medium rare. However, you can cook them to your preferences. If you like well done, you are more than welcome to prepare them, to grill them to well done. Since we are making our steaks indoors, we'll be searing them instead of grilling. It's hot, so now it's time to sear the steaks. We'll flip them. Okay, our steaks are ready. Now we just need to cut them in thin slices. It's very, very soft. Now we'll drizzle with our chimichurri sauce. There we go. That should be enough. We'll take our pita bread. I got a brown pita bread. You can use a white pita bread, and of course, if there is no pita bread available in your area, you can just use any flat bread. And if you are gluten-free, you can just use Caesar salad, for example, to wrap the steak inside, around the lettuce salad for your steak. Now we will fill the pita with some arugula. There we go. The more the better. Beautiful. We'll put some tomatoes. Some red, some green. We'll fill it. And now it's time for our steak. Here we go. And we can add a little bit of arugula salad to look nice. Some more tomatoes. And a little bit of chimichurri sauce on top. And our chimichurri steak pita sandwich is ready. Bon appetit! This is one delicious pita sandwich. Perfect for a summer lunch. Now it's time for our dessert, the pineapple carpaccio with strawberry sorbet. Since we make sorbet very often in the office, we had some leftover. So instead of making more, we are going to use a leftover sorbet, strawberry sorbet. If you don't know how to make strawberry sorbet, we will put the link under our video so you can check it out. I already prepared pineapples. All you need to do is a sliced pineapple. You can use the cutter or you can do it manually as you like. Now all we need to do is to put scoop of sorbet in the middle. Here we go. Sprinkle with a fresh mint leaves all around. Beautiful. I can smell the mint. Can put some on top of the sorbet. A little bit more. Here we go. And let's taste it. This is so refreshing. So nice. The pineapple, it's so sweet. The mint gives a little bit of minty kick. And the sorbet, the strawberry sorbet, the coldness gives nice and refreshing taste. Perfect summer dessert. Finally, we'll finish your day with a refreshing virgin piñacolada, a tropical drink which screams summer at the beach or by the pool. Summer simply could not be completed without piñacolada. Let's start it. We'll put 250 grams of ice, 250 grams of fresh pineapple cut into pieces, 150 to 75 grams of sugar. Now we insert our measuring cup, and the instruction says for 2 minutes turn speed selector to speed 5 and then gradually increase to 10. So we'll start with 5. Go. Now we'll add 200 grams of coconut milk. The recipe says 90 grams of Malibu rum. Since we are making the pina colada virgin, we'll skip the rum. And now we'll blend it for 5 seconds on speed 3. And our pina colada is ready. To decorate glass so beautifully, all we need to do is spread some coconut flakes on a plate, lightly damp the rim of the glass with water, then we turn it around, we put in our coconut flakes, and then that's how we got our beautifully decorated glass. Now we'll put our virgin pina colada in a glass. Here we go. And it's time for the favorite part, tasting. Oh, like seriously, summer cannot be completed without delicious virgin pina colada. Cheers! For more Thermomix recipes, please, if you haven't done so, subscribe to our channel so you can enjoy more delicious recipes. Thank you for watching, and I hope to see you in our next episode. Bye!